Parliament, and there was a finance minister who told us that he could not run this economy without taxing our Momo transfers. That he could not run this economy without taxing our Momo transfers. A finance minister who could not run the economy without going for debts.
92.7.
Today, we have a finance minister who has abolished all those taxes, and yet he is successfully managing our economy. We have a finance minister who is not borrowing recklessly, but is successfully managing our economy. That is why I said that this finance minister has clearly given a good account of himself. Mr. Speaker, Ghanaians are struggling, working day and night to pay the debts, to fix the economy. Like the minister has indicated, ordinary Ghanaians are making sacrifices. Where is the man who put us in the debt? Where is Ken Ofori-Atta? After borrowing recklessly, creating the debts, he has gone and he is hiding in the United States of America. We must bring Ken Ofori-Atta back. Ken Ofori-Atta should be brought back to come and account to the good people of Ghana why he so grossly mismanaged our finances and left ordinary Ghanaians to struggle and fix the economy whilst he enjoys in the United States of America. And this is a man who was presented by the NPP as a finance minister. And the same people are telling Ghanaians that they should be brought back to power. So that you do what with power? So that you will do what with power? You will bring Ken Ofori-Atta back and he will come and be building cathedrals. Mr. Speaker, this media report clearly indicates that the cathedral project is not ongoing. Mr. Speaker, what is ongoing is the construction of new schools. What is ongoing is the improvement of existing schools. What is ongoing is the improvement of the quality of schools. This media report shows that what is ongoing is the construction of roads, the construction of bridges never seen in the history of Ghana before. Mr. Speaker, this finance minister has indeed given a good account of himself. And that is why this House must commend him highly. Mr. Speaker, clearly, under this finance minister, Ghana is working again. Mr. Speaker, I believe that with Dr. Atuforsen managing our economy, we can all go to sleep with two eyes closed because he will deliver.
92.7.
Mr. Speaker, as for the issues that my friends in the minority have raised, I am surprised that when we have been presented with a mid-year review of the budget, we are seeking to castigate the judiciary of this country. You are castigating the judiciary because it is not the Attorney General who convicted Wontumi. It is not Atufosun who convicted Wontumi. It is a judge who convicted Wontumi. So the place to go to is the court where he has been convicted. Go and fight your case in the court. I have full confidence in the judiciary. And I know that if you go there and you
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.73 FM.
Mr. Speaker, this is not a forum to discuss Wontumi. It won't be fair to Wontumi for us to make him the subject matter of debate. So, Mr. Speaker, let me join this House to commend the Finance Minister and to assure the Finance Minister of the support of this House, of the support of Parliament as he continues to work and improve the finances and the economy. Finance Minister, this morning or this afternoon, you have laid a number of bills. You have laid a number of bills which we believe are all aimed at helping you achieve your various targets. This House will diligently go through the bills and ensure the passage of the bills. Mr. Speaker, why is the minority leader thinking that he should take the same time as myself? I speak for 189 people. I speak for 189 people. You speak for how many people? Let's count them. How many are they? How many are they? How can the person who speaks for 189 share the same time as the person who speaks for 87? How does that happen? How does the person who speaks for only 87 have the same time as the person who speaks for 189? Mr. Speaker, so be measured in terms of what you ask for.
Honorable.
Look at your size when you're asking for material.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Majority Leader, they will still keep your time for you. Yes, Minority Leader. Yes, Minority Leader.
3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
There was a clear understanding of 10 minutes each. I complied with it. The clerk communicated. Mr. Speaker, we were both time, the majority leader's time ended. And then he was given additional time. Mr. Speaker, I was going to talk about the free SHS that they couldn't implement with internally generated funds, and now they are going to borrow. But I held back. Mr. Speaker, just exiting IMF, they've gone for 1 billion cedis. I kept quiet. Mr. Speaker, $1 billion. But because I wanted to act within time, I acted within time. And now the majority leader has been given extended time. And all he says is that he needs 189, which will soon dissipate. Mr. Speaker, I think the right time for debate will come. He should try and end this so that we delve into the issues. Because the finance minister, for 2 hours on his sparring message,
Minority Leader, with all due respect,
all I want to say.
Let me bring it to your attention that I am not the timekeeper. They are keeping the time up there, which would automatically cut at 10 minutes. I think the clerk can attest to that. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, if you observe, for most of the time I was on my feet. I was not talking because you were making a lot of noise. and heckling. So I was quiet, if you observe. You see, when you heckle and I shout back at you, I haven't respected you. The reason is that there's a proverb among my people, but I'll not use that proverb. So please, when you are talking, I keep quiet because I respect you. I have to listen to you. If you are talking across and I'm also talking across, we are not listening to each other. And the children who are watching from home will be learning a very bad lesson. That's why anytime you start, I keep quiet. That was what ate into my time. If not, strictly speaking, I did not even speak for up to 5 minutes. Strictly speaking. And I have a strategy where when a finance minister comes and delivers a very, very sweet message, I don't want to dilute it. I don't want to dilute it. I know the strategy of my friend opposite is to take attention away from this beautiful message to Chairman Wontumi. That's the strategy. If I follow him along that line, I would have assisted him to achieve his objective. So I will not discuss those matters. So let us leave it here. We'll have the time to comment on the statement. In fact, about 2 or 3 days to comment on the statement. At the level of leadership, we'll discuss the time allotment. The proposal is that we start the commentary tomorrow. Will we be sufficiently prepared to start tomorrow?
3FM 92.7.
Yeah. It's obvious that you are not ready now. Because when you were given the opportunity, you were talking about Wontumi. When you were given the opportunity, you were talking about Wontumi instead of the media statement. So you are clearly not yet ready. So we'll make copies available to you. When you read that, you might see that it has nothing to do with Wontumi. So, Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much.
3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
Further comment on the statement. We then turn to order paper at the NUM 2. At commencement of public business, presentation of papers. Yes, we are now coming to do presentation of those papers. Yes, Manuel.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker, with respect, just for your guidance, the statement that the finance minister...
Yeah, the statement has been duly laid.
Yeah, no, Mr. Speaker, where he first laid it, Mr. Speaker, there is a particular spot where such important public documents are laid. Mr. Speaker, I am interested in when it was laid. Where it has shifted to, I'm not interested. Mr. Speaker, it is curious to find that the government MPs are going out now, and they are not even in white, because they find the statement uninspiring. The last time they came in white, and now all of them are running away. You see, Mr. Speaker, all of them are going out. I said it. All of them are leaving. They are not even well attired in their usual white, because there's no inspiration. If you see the mixture of dresses, multicolored dresses, there is no white, no inspiration. They are all leaving. The budget is empty. They are all leaving, Mr. Speaker.
With all due respect, the table is the table of the House, and it's very long. The clerk is in charge. Honorable Minister responsible for finance, you may now lay item numbered 1 on the order paper addendum 2.
Request for a multi-year expenditure commitment to engage a service provider to assist with the implementation of the Fiscal Electronic Device (FED) policy for the Ghana Revenue Authority. Request for a multi-year expenditure commitment to engage a firm to develop and deploy the Ghana Domestic Revenue Collection Platform. Request for a multi-year expenditure commitment to engage Principal Consult Limited to develop, implement, and deploy cross-border e-commerce VAT monitoring and collection system, the Sentinel system for the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Honourable members, the item numbered 1 on the order paper addendum 2 at page 1, I have all been duly presented, and they are referred to the Finance Committee for consideration and reports. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise Standing Order 97.3. And Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I read Standing Order 97.3. A short explanation statement shall be made by the person presenting the paper where requested by the House or a member upon the presentation. Mr. Speaker, papers haven't been laid.
Yes,
the Finance Minister.
Honorable Finance Minister.
FM 92.7, Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
Speaker, the rationale were presented as part of the media review, and I just completed the presentation to the House in detail. Each one of them, I spent over 10 minutes to explain each of them in the media review. So, Speaker, under the Fiscal Electronic Devices, I made a statement on it. Under the Sentinel, being the cross-border, I made a statement on it. Each one of them, Mr. Speaker, I provided detail to the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister is a senior person in this chamber. At the time you were reading the statement, you were not laying any paper. So any explanation on the statement that you read was not part of the procedure of this. Now you are laying a paper, and it is within our standing orders in 97.3. You were reading the statement under 91. So you should do the needful, but you cannot refer us to the statement that you have made. In fact, we were not listening because it was boring.
Honorable Deputy Whip, by what standard are you measuring the explanation given by the Finance Minister?
Mr. Speaker, he didn't explain.
The rule says
Mr. Speaker, he didn't explain. He only said
explanation. The rules says you give a short explanation, and that is the short explanation. So the requirement of the rules have been met.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, he didn't explain. He only said in his statement. He explained it in his statement.
Yes.
And in his statement, he was not laying any paper. He's laying the paper now, so he should give the explanation.
But that is the explanation he has given, making reference to his presentation. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the same order 97.3 says a short explanatory statement may be made by the person presenting a paper where requested by the House or a member upon the presentation. 2 earlier on says, if so desired by the person presenting a paper, a short explanatory statement may be made by the person upon the presentation of the paper. This person has already made a statement. He made a statement, and then immediately he finished making the statement, has laid papers pursuant to the statement that he has made. So I don't think that there is much to delay us in this.
2.7.
FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle
Let me crave
Radio
your
Station.
indulgence to acknowledge the presence of very revered personalities in our midst. Honourable members, we have Mr. Anthony Kwesi Sapon, Commissioner General, Ghana Revenue Authority. Honorable Alexander Adomako Mensah, Commissioner Support Services. We have Dr. Martin Kobil Yamboriga, Commissioner Domestic Tax Revenue Division. We also have Mr. Aaron Kano, Commissioner Customs Division. And we have Controller and Accountant General, Mr. Kwesi Ajay, in our midst. We have Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Wee Bampo Ado. We have the General Secretary of the NDC, Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kwete. We have the Chief Director of Ministry of Finance, Mr. Patrick Numo. We have Commissioner for Custom, Mr. Kano.
3FM
Honourable members,
92.7.
we have the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama. On your behalf, the Deputy Governor is also here. On your behalf, I welcome all of them to Parliament of Ghana and urge them to have a fruitful visit. Once again, you are welcome. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'm concerned about what you just said, that these appointees who accompanied the finance minister into this chamber are our guests. These are non-ministerial appointees. They said a lean government. Look at all the appointments they've made. Mr. Speaker, is this a lean government? And Mr. Speaker, when it got to the governor, your face changed. Mr. Speaker, when it got to mention the governor's name, your face changed. You were full of smiles. What is it that you know that we don't know, Mr. Speaker?
Honorable Minority Leader, with all humility, on this occasion, you are completely out of order. Yes, Majority Leader, any indication?
It started at 12, yes. So, Mr. Speaker, it started at 12. It started at 1, so we're not. Oh, Mr. Speaker, I move that. Oh, Mr. Speaker, what happened to the minority side? Mr. Speaker, what happened?
3FM 92.7.
Are you dazed? They are dazed by the statement. They are dazed by the statement. This message is so sweet. They are beginning to imagine how many more years they are going to stay in opposition. And how many more of their numbers will come to NDC in the next election if we continue to do these good things. So, Mr. Speaker, on that note, I move that this House adjourns till tomorrow at 12 noon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, ordinarily, I have a duty to second a motion for adjournment, especially so when it's coming from the majority leader. But Mr. Speaker, what's the time? It's 5:30 p.m. It is time to consider the motion on restoring the thousands who have been dismissed. Mr. Speaker, I will pray this House to continue debate on the motion, a motion that seeks to restore jobs. Thousands were fired through government directive. Mr. Speaker, the motion has been on the order paper for far too long, and the majority leader says we should adjourn. Mr. Speaker, he is a leader of government business. There are many youths who were denied opportunity to work. Some had worked since 2017, 2018, all the way to 2024. They've all been sacked to go and sit at home. Their families, these were breadwinners. And today it is clear that the minority is not being given the opportunity to conclude on this motion for this House to go into this matter. Mr. Speaker, it's unfortunate. Those people are still suffering and are unemployed. They are home. So, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Minority Leader,
if the majority leader
want
wants
to
us
move
to
the
adjourn,
motion and let me dismiss
Mr.
it?
Speaker, if the majority leader wants us to leave here, Mr. Speaker, as for me, ordinarily, I will not support him. But, Mr. Speaker, I will reluctantly second it.
Honourable members, motion move. Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
Honourable members.
Mr. Speaker, it is obvious that he wasn't ready to move the motion on behalf of the dismissed people.
Honourable members, motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. This is a motion for adjournment. I will therefore put a question. As many as are in favor, say aye. Those against, say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Accordingly, the House is adjourned till Friday, 24th July, 2026 at 12 noon.
FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM. 3 FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
3 FM 92.7.
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM. Busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM. Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM. 3 FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
FM 92.7.
Ladies and gentlemen, what they haven't also told you is that the DDEP that we did led to a significant reduction in our debt stock. Ghana's debt was so huge to the extent that today we can now boast that the debt stock has come down. How did we achieve that? After the negotiation, $5 billion of Ghana's debt stock was cancelled outrightly, cancelled from our debt stock. Another $4.7 billion was gained by Ghana as savings. This is why the debt to GDP is now 45%, and not because the minister implemented any policies. If anything, the minister has borrowed more, and they continue to borrow. Let me now come to revenue. As far as revenue is concerned, their revenue measures have not worked. They haven't worked at all because they are not meeting the target. The minister presented there was criminal because the program revenue for half year was reduced by 2 billion Ghana cedis in order for the minister to tell Ghanaians that he has met that target. But he's short of that target by 2 billion Ghana cedis. He brought a wrong figure to Parliament, and that is why we think that it's criminal. He's informing the people of Ghana. He's manipulating the data to look good, whereas the facts, if you want, go and see the 2026 budget statement and look at half-year program revenue, and come and look at what he just presented today. You will see that he has reduced that program revenue by 2 billion Ghana cedis, so that he can tell Ghanaians that he has achieved the target. Revenue is not coming. They are not doing well. They are not efficient. After calling customs officials criminals for engaging in diversionary fraud, the only thing the minister could impose on customs was the AI publican system. And today he's telling us that customs revenue has increased by 15%. When we didn't have the AI, customs revenues in the past were increased by about 20%. Above 20% year on year. So what has the publican AI done after calling custom officials criminals? Ladies and gentlemen, let's now come to the issues that I think must be of concern to Ghanaians. The IMF program. Our government negotiated the IMF program. This government, the NDC, they lambasted us. They criticized us. They condemned us. But we got an IMF program with financing, $3 billion. Today, when they are touting their achievement of achieved stability, they have gone to negotiate an IMF without financing. The government that negotiated IMF program with $3 billion financing, you call that a bad government. And today you have gone to negotiate an IMF program, what we call the PCI, without financing for 3 years, under which the IMF will continue to impose conditionalities on Ghana to supervise even how this government is working. If you think you are better managers of the economy, why do you need IMF supervision? Why do you need IMF guidance? So this is the deception we must point out to the people of Ghana. By the time we left government, we did so well as far as implementation of reforms were concerned. The minister said today that they have changed the model of economic management from the old system to a system that is now built on structural reforms. But let's look at how they fared with the structural reforms. Before we left government, we had achieved 79% implementation of the structural reforms of the IMF program. Our peers, Kenya, is doing 70% of implementation rate. Our peers, Zambia, they are doing 70%. This government, the NDC government, brought our structural reform implementation rate from 79% to 53%. That is the secret behind the PCI. Because the IMF told them that when the program exits, we will tell the people of the world that you failed in implementing the structural reforms. And they had to go and negotiate with the IMF. Don't do that. We will accept a PCI so that we can continue to implement the structural reforms under your supervision. That is why they accepted the PCI, which is a demonstration of failure on the part of this government. And so I want to ask them, what economic model have they introduced? What new economic model have they introduced? Nothing. The reality is that this mid-year budget left out some important issues that they promised the people of Ghana. Can you remember throughout the minister's presentation a single mention of the 24-hour economy? No. Did you hear a single mention of the 24-hour economy? No. Which is their flagship economic blueprint. And so the young people of Ghana must now know that this government is not going to give them the jobs they promised them. Did you hear throughout the minister's presentation a single mention of the 1 million coders program? No. Johnny. Again, apart from the 24-hour economy, which is about jobs for the youth, the 1 million coders program is about jobs for the youth. We didn't hear a single mention of it. The speech mentioned big push, but I can tell you that big push is not big pushing.
It needs a push.
It needs a push. Because most of the contractors have already packed out of their sites due to non-payment. The minister brought himself up when he said that they have paid 6.5 billion Ghana cedis to big push contractors. You have signed contracts amounting to 70 billion Ghana cedis, and you have paid 6.5 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Minister, what are you telling the Ghanaian people? What are you telling them? And this is just half year. And then you come and boast that big push, 6.5 billion, and his colleagues will say, we have paid. 70 billion Ghana cedis, you have paid 6.5 billion, and you are boasting of that, as a result of which contractors have packed out of their sites. Let me now come to growth, the growth strategy. Before the statement, the Minister of Finance provided information to the effect that the minister was coming to present a growth strategy to move from stability to growth. Throughout his presentation, the minister did not mention anything relating to a growth strategy. The entire budget review was silent on a growth strategy. And so, where are the jobs going to come from, Mr. Minister? And this is why the Ghanaian people must be aware that this government has nothing to offer the Ghanaian people. They talk more, they do little. And therefore, I have no doubt that the Ghanaian people will work with us to show this government the exit in 2028. I thank you very much for your attention. My colleagues will add.
Thank you. Colleagues, I just want to highlight just a few things for your attention. In the minister's presentation, I'm sure you heard him saying that as part of their fiscal reforms, they did not introduce any new taxes. You heard him loud and clear. It is our hope that you do not have a short memory, as they are hoping that you do. Remember, they've told you that the people of Ghana have a short memory. So they can tell you anything, and they believe you would have forgotten the facts. For the records, they introduced a 2% growth and sustainability levy on the gross production of mining companies, a special import levy of 2% on cost, insurance, and freight value of certain goods, and then 15% VAT on non-life insurance premiums. The fourth tax they introduced was the growth and sustainability levy for 2026, 2027, 2028. Then they also introduced a special import levy for 2026, 2027, 2028. And then the 8% Dumsor levy, the one they brought almost at midnight, before they brought the petroleum-related levies, and then what we call the fishing levy, the withdrawal of the tax exemption on marine gas oil supplied to industrial fishing vessels. Those are 8 taxes that this government introduced. Yet today, the minister was telling you they hadn't introduced new taxes. Even today, if you didn't pay attention, you would have missed the fact that he introduced one more tax. He said they are going to remove the tax exemption on bunkering. when you remove the exemption, you have introduced a tax. But this is the PRN settings that they do. They hide it in flowery language. And if you are not careful, you will not realize it. Senior Amin talked about the fact that they didn't mention the numbers. This is the first time we have had a mid-year review in which the Minister of Finance refuses to mention the revenue target and actual and the expenditure target and actual. This is the first time. Because the essence of a mid-year review is that you are going to review how you have performed target to actual. We are in a community of reading men, and so we read. Go to Appendix A, and he tried to hide it there. 2A, he tried to hide it there. The revenue target for the year is 268 billion. Half year is supposed to be 134 billion. You know what the minister did? That's what Minister Amin was referring to. He deliberately understated it that half year is supposed to be 126 billion. So that when he tells you that his half year actual is 124, you will think he has only missed it by 2 billion. But actually the difference between 134 billion and 124 billion is 10 billion. That is a 7% shortfall on revenue. Yesterday when we met you, we told you that they are manufacturing the primary balance and the overall fiscal balance. And we'll prove to you. When you go to the expenditure side, what you couldn't mention on the floor, the one is hidden in the appendices. Total expenditure is 302 billion. Half year is supposed to be 158. That 158 includes the 35 Agenda 111 buildings they promised to do. It includes some of the contractors that they are supposed to pay under Big Push. It includes their flagship programs like the 1 million coders, Jumerura, 24-hour economy, all of those ones. You will be heartbroken to find out that half year 158 billion, they have actually only released 127 billion. The difference is 31 billion Ghana cedis. You know what 31 billion Ghana cedis can do to create jobs, to impact lives? And that's a 20% shortfall on expenditure. This is how they are manufacturing the overall balance. This is how he's able to now tell you that, oh, the deficit is now this way and the primary balance is now this way, because he's suppressing expenditure in the most critical sectors. I just want to speak about two other issues and then I'll yield to my colleague. The minister also looked the people of Ghana in the face and told us that this is the first time that the Ghanaian economy has hit about $100 billion. Literally, if you do the conversion, about 1 trillion Ghana cedis. In 2024, we went past that mark. Yes. We went past 1 trillion in 2024. Yes. Why would you look the people of Ghana in the face and tell us this blatant untruth? It is because they are hoping that you will forget the figures. But we on this side of the house, we pay attention to the details. This is the first time that the minister has mentioned growth. Yes, 6.4, but has not been able to disaggregate that growth and tell you the sources. Remember yesterday we told you that if you disaggregate, it is mostly because of gold, reliance on high gold prices. And that in the minister's own accounting that he did, he said that if your growth is based on gold, it's a galamsey economy. He knows that if he tells you the disaggregated sources, you will figure out that what they are applauding themselves for is a reliance on gold. And so, colleagues, we are here to tell you that just as we mentioned at the beginning prior to this, they are manufacturing the balances, they are not delivering on their programs. I'll yield to my colleague, Honorable Abena, to make a few more submissions and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think they've said it all. But what I also want to put across is that you heard the minister say that we are going to reallocate this amount of money, we are going to reallocate that amount of money. But let me tell you, for 2026, the budget is sealed. So he didn't even tell us that the 400 million Ghana cedis that he said he was going to reallocate, he didn't even show us where it's going to come from. It is just about talk. You go to the appendices, you find out the numbers, you see the numbers. All the long talk is the appendices that will tell you whether truly that is going to happen or it is not going to happen. All that he said today, I'm going to add 1,000 kilometers of road. Go and check the appendices and see whether the budget, the numbers support an extra 1,000 kilometers. The numbers have been sealed already. It was sealed in November 2025 when the 2026 budget came into was passed in Parliament. So these are some of the things that we want you to go and look at. Don't just take, the talk as he said it, but go and look in the numbers. And finally, my former minister mentioned the fact that already Bank of Ghana had spent $900 million on Gold Board. When you look in the mid-year budget review, it also gives you your 2025 actuals. And in 2025, the 2025 actuals, for the last quarter, the Minister for Finance also spent another $297 million on Gold Board, translating into 4.5 billion Ghana cedis. Let's ask them, what is this at all with Gold Board that is siphoning so much money from us? $900 million from Bank of Ghana and $297 million from the Ministry of Finance. That is one thing I expect the journalists to go in there and find out from them what exactly is happening there. That from Bank of Ghana, you are siphoning $900 million, and then from Ministry of Finance, $297 million. Just in the last quarter. When I say the last quarter of 2025, I mean October, November, December of 2025, and that is worrying. And I expect our journalists and the people who really think and care about this nation to go and find out what is it that is happening at the Gold Board, that BOG incurs $900 million, Ministry of Finance also incurs $297 million. And the minister also mentioned the fact that the Fiscal Council and the Value for Money offices are already making impacts. These two offices haven't been set up at all. So how come they haven't been set up, yet their impacts have been reflected in the statement he made today? Settings. Please, let's listen, let's open our eyes, let's ask questions. The Value for Money bill has been passed, all right. The Fiscal Council, yes, we know about it, but it hasn't been formed. So how come you are able to say that both the Value for Money office and the Fiscal Council is already making impact to the tune that can reflect in the economy? Clearly, there's nothing like that. So when you are asking these questions, these are some of the things I expect you to also answer. And then when you look at, the minister kept mentioning, the fiscal policy that they have introduced, they are trying to live within their means. And then here is an agency under the Ministry of Finance, that is Ghana Revenue Authority. Parliament voted for you to spend $5.1 billion in 2025, and guess what? They added an extra $100 million. As there's an adage which says that, so if you want to check people going over and above their expenditure, it should come from your own home. And then your own home cannot happen to, purport to be living within their means and spend extra $100 million that Parliament did not vote for GRA. These are some of the things we expect the journalists to also ask the minister. That you say, yes, you are living within your means. How come an agency under you, an agency that you manage, has gone over and above their budget for 2025 by over $100 billion? That is very important. Even $1 million is so much money. How much more? $100 million. This is something you should think about, and this is something you should also ask the minister. But I think in the coming days, we'll come up with quite a number of issues that we have noticed in this 2026 budget. I want to tell you that the numbers for 2026 are sealed. So whatever the minister came here to say concerning money that they are going to reallocate, money that they are going to use for anything, it is not the case, because the 2026 budget are sealed, and the minister did not come with a supplementary budget.
3FM 92.7. Live on 92.7. Listen here. Pragmatic's got your drive covered on 3FM 92.7.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Hit it.
You're tuned in. On 3FM Drive 92.7.
3FM Drive.
Execution Entertainment.
Three FM 92.7. 3FM Drive.